Hey guys, what's going on? It's Meatwagon back again, part 6, 4-player strategy. This one I'd like to title Beast Mode Engaged. I think we're going to try some a couple new areas here to start, it looks like. It looks like we're going to start at the top of the waterfall, the water slide here. Just to show you guys some different starting areas before you have to take off and run for your life, Charlie Brown. So, all 4 players right here, this is a pretty tight area for 4 players. What the idea was for 2 people to be looking this direction into the mud room, 1 guy behind and to my right at the window, and 1 guy behind me to my left looking back down the path where there is a window in the rock face and that little area they can jump up from. You know, back down that pathway where I've gotten myself into some trouble. So this is just another area. We're trying to show a couple different areas. So we showed the little meat wagon area down by the perk machine by the cave entrance, all the way over on the right side of the map. We've showed us either side of the swinging bridge, which was a terrible idea. And this one here, I'll let you decide for yourself what you think of this area. The thing that is a little disillusioning here on this, right? You've got these zombies coming through the mudroom, and they're coming at a certain speed, right? They're walking through the mud slower than normal. So you see that, right? And as soon as they get out of the mud, watch how fast they close the distance on you. That's what makes this area for me a little bit harder. Plus, there's not a... When I back down these stairs, I'm right next to the guy at the window. So it starts to get a little bit crazy. And you'll see here, as when they start pouring through here again, you'll see what I mean. How the speed change when they come out of the mud is a little, you know, that illusion of them, like that you got them covered, no problem. And all of a sudden, boom, they hit this and they take off running at you. There's only, what, 10 feet or so there before you're actually backing down the stairs. So the idea would be to kill them in the mud room. You know, don't let them get out of that mud. And if you can stand your ground up closer here, it would be a better strategy than to let them get too close to you. Now, you know, I always shoot at the ground. I've always told everybody to shoot at the ground with the ray gun. You can see why. You shoot at their chest, it takes you 3 shots to put them down. You shoot at the ground, it instantly makes them a crawler, which instantly slows them down. That's why I always tell everyone, shoot towards their feet, shoot the ground. When you're shooting at them, you're going to waste 1 or 2 extra shots just to get them away from you. And if you don't have flopper for some reason, you know, if you're not running this strategy with all the perks, or you didn't happen to buy flopper, now you're in a world of hurt because you're going to get splash damage from your own ray gun. So always shoot at the ground, shoot at their feet, shoot at their kneecaps, whatever you need to do. It instantly plops them to the ground. If not, kills them if they've already taken some damage. And you can, you know, then focus on the ones behind them. Splash damage from the ground will radiate out and get more multiple zombies than a direct shot to one's chest. You won't affect the one behind them at all. But you can see here, you see what I mean? As soon as they come out of the mud, boom, I'm getting pushed back. Hypermole, who was right next to me, he's getting pushed back. And we're trying to work our way back up to, you know, back up to the top of the stairs here. The idea is, I think that my mistake probably was leaving crawlers. I don't know why I was letting those crawlers right there. That guy right there is preventing me to push up to the point I want to get to. I should have just killed him. Both of those. I think both me and Hyper were thinking the same thing. But you see, Spider's watching down that path. There's the window right there. And I'm trying to protect those guys because we got 2 or 3 guys looking out the window. Meanwhile, no one's watching the mudroom. So I'm calling out. I'm not at the mudroom anymore. I'm watching this back path. I think that Bentley may have run out of ammo, so we had to kind of switch positions. Maybe he was going to hold the window down with his ballistic knife and buoy combination. And Spider and Hyper would watch the mudroom, and I would turn back to this area. So again, communications is key when you're in tight quarters like this. Coordinating, you know, the amount of ammo that you have, and if you have to change positions mid-round. So it looks like, what do we got? They still spawning? Nope, that's the end of that. So that's a look at that area. You know, the idea was for us to show you a couple of different areas to try and stand your ground in. You know, here we go. So I finally decided to get the 74U. I'm going to go upgrade it. And now I got an off-the-wall gun so I can rebuy ammo. But, you know, what we're doing is showing you a couple different areas, giving you a look to see what it looks like, you know, in rounds above 20 to see how active these areas will be and if they're an easy place to defend. Now we're going to try this area here, which is the little minecart. You know, it's the little switching device. It's not actually active, but it's a minecart rotating retract device. And this is where right over there is another one of the musical Easter eggs is. So my idea, I tell everybody, I'm going to watch this direction. Someone else is going to watch the hallway going to the ballroom. Those two guys are going to watch the windows. And then immediately one comes out of the ceiling. And I'm calling out to these guys, let's get out of here. This is a bad idea. 2 windows back there, 2 hallway entrances, and they come out of the ceiling. Forget it. We got to get out of here. We didn't realize that they were going to come out of the ceiling in there until, you know, we tried it, until we stood in there and tried it. So we're going to get back. I'm going to get back into this area, and I think everybody else is we're kind of spreading out now, trying to, yeah, here they come. They're coming out of the cave, but we're going to spread out. You can see spiders pushing up through spawn. Hyper's over by the cave entrance here to my right. And we're going to try and stay apart from each other to see if that helps. Again, another go at a different strategy to see, you know, if this is viable, that we spread out a little bit. You can see that in my position here, they're still coming down this path toward me, but now I don't have anyone behind me watching those 2 windows. So you're going to see me flip-flopping a lot back and forth and having to go into a little bit of beast mode here, which isn't hard to do when you've got a ray gun and a upgraded 74U. You got really, really good mobility, and that's what you want. That's what you want when you get in these higher rounds. You're not going to be standing your ground in any one location and just waiting for the zombies to filter and feed into you. But see, I want to jump down there to get some ammo, but these guys are popping up the water spout, blocking my path. Not that big of a deal. Go down here, let them come down. I'm calling out to Hyper that they're coming in behind him. You know, because he was actually had his back to this direction here. Again, it's about call-outs. You know, just like you're playing in multiplayer, like a search and destroy match or something. Call out to your teammates. The difference between good players and bad players is communication. You know, why not call out to your teammates saying, watch your back? You know, I just came out. I didn't realize that he was right there. He got down. It's all right. I got a monkey bomb. Throw it out. Be able to get over and revive him. But communication is key. Communication in zombies is key because someone's going to be focused on a certain direction. And if you have a sight line where you can see that a whole horde of zombies is coming up behind your teammate, call it out. Let them know. Watch your back. Get out of there. Turn around. Whatever you need to do. Get that person's attention and get them moving. Get them moving like I am. You can see. I'm moving. I'm moving around this area. Don't ever stay in one spot too long, because what they're going to do is they're going to start spawning in front and behind you, and then you're going to be in a world of hurt. You can see right here what I'm doing is I'm staying in almost this little T intersection. I've got 3 ways to go. Straight forward that way, to my right toward the cave, right that way, or behind me, back toward the windows. This is a nice transition area. It gives me 3 ways to run, depending on where the zombies are coming from. So we're spread out, like I said, a little bit here. But I'm sticking close to the 74U so I can get ammo off the wall. That's why I'm staying in this area. Plus, I like this area. I like this area to move around. I haven't done any solo attempts yet, okay? I haven't tried any solo attempts. I will try one, I'm sure. But you can see, in multiplayer, whether you're all together or spread out, find an area that you like, that's good for you. If your other teammates seem to find another area that's good for them and you can spread out, you can try this method. You see, again, don't blindly run. You know, you see a teammate down, don't think that you have to blindly go and run to revive them. If you're talking to each other, someone else may be closer that's going to go and get them, so you don't have to run and you end up with all 4 players in spawn or something, and that's it. It's game over because you just trapped yourselves. So now it's getting a little dicey. We got the guys coming back down in here. Everything's open, all the windows. Running back and forth. Just trying to move back and forth here. I'm trying to think ahead, not to get myself in a position where I don't have an escape. This area is not the best in the back there because you do have the 2 windows, the cave, and the hill where they're all going to be coming. But if you're transitioning back and forth, you kill them, move in the direction that you just killed them. See right there, I got overwhelmed from the perk machine area there. But again, not that big of a deal. I'm calling out to my teammates exactly where I am. I'm letting them know that where the zombies ran, that you should be clear to come in and get me. Bentley comes in, picks me up with the ballistic knife defibrillator. We're back in business. We are back in business. Max ammo. That is nice. That is clutch right there. Getting a max ammo to refill your ray gun and to refill your upgraded gun so you don't have to go spend another 4,500 points on ammo mid-round, that's pretty clutch. We got, you know, you get lucky with those things. If you have time in these higher rounds and it drops like a carpenter or something like that, if you have time, let the monkeys come get it, roll the dice, see if you can get yourself a max ammo. But if you don't have the time, you accidentally run through it, whatever it is, it's not the end of the world. But that's your best chance at getting a max ammo, is if you have a... Oh, here we go. You see that flamer? Watch this. Hey, get out of my area. Headbutt. Boom! Get him out of there. You don't need flamers anymore. Go up there, headbutt him, give him an elbow to the face, whatever you need to do. Get him out of your area so he's not going to block your path so you can still move around. That's what you want to do. Higher rounds, get rid of the flamers as quick as you can. You don't need them anymore. Remember, like I said before, the ability to use his little wall of napalm to your advantage helps too. You know, sometimes it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't have time to like kill him in a certain area. But if you do have the time, let him move around, maybe to block off one of the paths coming in. You can run through the napalm. It gives you a little bit of damage, but you can get through it. Look at these guys. Just ownage. Doing this kind of stuff, it's critical to have the ray gun. It's nice to have, you know, I've got the upgraded 74U, which allows me to build points. The ray gun's just there to take down a bunch of them in a hurry to clear the path to get back out of there. But this is fun. I mean, this is what I was talking about, is just moving around, spread out. You see me and Hypermole basically are teaming up to cover this area. I don't know exactly where Bentley and Spider are at, but they're not in this area. I think that they're moving around. They may be moving around together. You never know. But me and Hyper are covering this area over here pretty good. But you can see we're never standing still. Check down in the cave. Oh, look, I found one of them. That's what you got to be careful about. If you take a different path, you end up crossing paths with one of your teammates, you may run into a wall of zombies that you're not equipped to fight at that time. But luckily I was able to get out of there. You can see Spider's making a drive-by here on us. He's probably going to continue on up to spawn. There's Bentley back in the area. Yeah, see, Bentley probably came from spawn right there. And as Spider tried to move up through there without communication, he just ran into that big group. And the spikes don't help either. So I call out, I'll get Hyper. Bentley goes and gets Spider. We're golden. Now I tell those guys, get out of here. Get away from me, man. I'm doing fine in this area with just me and Hyper. I don't need you two guys over here. Go find your own spot. You got to claim your territory. You know what I mean? You find an area that you like. Stick to that area. Move around. Oh, there goes Hyper. Look at that. Look at that group of them. Switch to my ray gun real quick. Take these dudes all out. Get rid of the crawlers. There goes Bentley over there with his knife. He's going to revive him. I cleared out the area, allowed Bentley to get in there. Again, it's teamwork. You know, even though we're not all together, camp in an area, we still are communicating with the teamwork. Very key to any strategy that you're going to use. When you're playing with multiple players, communicate. You're playing multiplayer, playing search and destroy, communicate. That's the key to success. That's the key to victory. That's the key to beasting it up. Just like we're doing here. Just going crazy. Look at that. Just strafing right along the edge, firing at the ground with the ray gun, taking these zombies down, getting them out of my path so I can get out of there and don't get down myself. It's key, man. Shoot that ray gun at the ground. Do not aim at the zombies. It's stupid. Shoot at the ground. That's the way you use it. Same thing with the waffle and Doris. You shoot at the ground, shoot at a wall, it deflects. It'll pick up a lot more zombies without taking the chance of having to aim and miss. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this one. We only have a couple more. Stay tuned. Appreciate you guys watching. See you next time.